Hi, and welcome to the Kobe Osaka Australia Table Officials and Marshals training video training session. I'm going to try and keep this video to under 10 minutes, so please bear with me as we get through things. There are a couple of key points I'd like to mention. Firstly and foremostly, thank you very much for signing up to becoming part of the Table Officials Guide. What I'm going to do now is I'm just going to share my screen with you so that we can all see what I see, and then we can get this underway. Okay, so now you should be seeing my computer screen. And what I'm going to do now, I'm going to show you PowerPoint. So you should all be seeing PowerPoint now. I'm going to start here with a PowerPoint diagram. Okay, so we're going to begin with slideshow. Okay, so this is the Australian Karate Federation's Table Officials Guideline version 1.1 for WKF Rules version 9.0 2015. Okay, so competition draw is broken up into different rounds. Now the first round here you can see we've got player 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 and 8. So all these are considered players, and this is a round. So for the purposes of draw, this is considered the first round, this is considered the second round, this is considered the third round, and so on. If there was more competitors, you'd have a fourth round, fifth round, sixth round, etc. Now in the instance here we have what we call a match. So here we've got player 1 versus player 2, and from that we have an outcome of player 1. So player 1's run that match, next match is player 2 versus player 4, player 4 wins that match, player 5 versus player 6, player 5 wins, player 7 versus player 8, player 7 wins. 1 versus 4, we have 4 wins, 5 versus 7, we have 7 wins, and then 4 and 7 play off against each other. Now, there's two different ways that we work out third place. The first way is the repechage. I'll explain this to you, but we're not going to use this at the Kobe Osaka Championships. The way the repechage go is whoever played off against player 4, the losers against player 4 would then play off against each other for a bronze match. The same for player 7. So in this instance it would be player 8 versus player 6 would play off for the second bronze medal. Now at the Kobe Osaka Championships this weekend, coming weekend, what we're going to have is we'll have a direct bronze medal match. So it'll be the losers of the semi-final. So whoever lost out in this round before the final, they will play off for third place. Okay, and then we move on to competitor numbers. Now, some tournaments, and us in the past, we have used numbers or names on the back of the uniform. For the purpose of the Kobe Osaka, we won't be using numbers this year, but again, that may change next year. Okay, the way the winner is decided is through a lead of 8 points. The first person to amass 8 points. The most points at the end of time. The referee votes at the end of time if there's an equal score. The competitor is disqualified. Competitor forfeits. Competitor is severely disqualified. Okay, for kata is by judge's decision. So whoever has the most votes and the most flags at the end of the bout, or the competitor is disqualified. Men's teams doesn't apply to the Kobe Osaka Championships, so let's go through that anyway. They must have 5 competitors, must have 3 to compete, and may have as many as 7 to compete. Women's team kumite have 3 to compete, must have 2 to compete. Coaches' errors. So coaches must present their accreditation to the table. However, for this championships, coaches need to be accredited, so that's something that the referees will police. Powers and duties. Any protest needs to go through the official channels now. Somebody can only put in a protest about the time being wrong or whatever like that on the actual match day itself. Um, on the actual match day itself, it's only in case of administrative processes that people can object at the time. And administrative errors. So, say for example, the wrong score goes up or something, then the coach at that point can then say that they want to review that. Okay, so if through the error in charting the wrong contestants compete, then regardless of the outcome of the bout match declared null and void, to reduce such errors, the winner of each bout match must confirm victory at the control table. So So the competitor wins, it's important they come up and tell you their name so that we track the right person going through to the next round. That's very important. Okay, Kumite, we have marshals. Okay, organise the competitors in the marshalling area. So one of the roles of the marshal will be to be in the competitor area and tick off the athletes and allocate red and blue. So it's always red first, blue second. So we'll go, okay, Johnny, you're red, Sally, you're blue. So, Ben, you're red, Sally, you're blue. Check lanyards. Now we won't have any lanyards for the Kobayashi tournament, but some tournaments, bigger tournaments, do have lanyards. Bring competitors to competition area. So once you've got all the kids or athletes organised, we'll take them from the marshalling area to the mat they're going to compete on. And then escort medalists to the podium. So once you've finished the division that's just come off, the three athletes that won in this instance will be escorted to the podium and they'll be given their medals at the podium. Call announcer. The call announcer's job is to call the competitors up to compete. So, for example, I'll say red, Johnny, blue, Sally, and they'll come up and they compete. Call out the bouts competitors to get the next ready. So once I've said Sally and John, I'll then say, okay, get ready, Ben and Holly, because Ben and Holly will be up next. Okay, announce the winner at the end of the bout. So at the end of the bout, I'll go winner, or I'll say kachi, which is a Japanese word, either winner or kachi, doesn't matter. Aka or out, so I'll say red or blue in that instance. Announce the bouts for medals. So I'll announce, okay, Aka will be Ben, Al will be Holly. This bout is the final, for example. Announce the medalists at the end of the division. So I'll announce, the referees will line the athletes up, and at the end of it, I'll stand up and I'll say, in third place, Johnny, for second place, Holly, and in first place, and champion, Ben. Record keeper. So the record keeper will record the bouts on the draw sheet. So the sheet of paper that has the actual draw on it, like I showed you before, I'll write down who wins each match. Ensuring that the competitor details are recorded on their lanyards match details shown on the draw sheet. So again, that's just making sure the names are correct. So that's what we need to make sure that happens on the day, because we're not going to have lanyards. Ensure that the winning competitors proceed through to the next round. So it's also making sure that I get the right competitor competing through the next round. For kata, the record keeper also keeps track of the kata being performed. So for kata, not so much for the development divisions, but for the elite divisions, we'll have a list of kata, and the athletes will have to pick from that list of kata what kata they're going to do, and we'll write down the number on the draw sheet and make sure that the kata being done in the match is the same as what's on the draw sheet. Because if they don't do that, the athlete can be disqualified. Scorekeeper. Record scores and warnings. So there's a referee giving 1 point, referee giving 2 points, referee giving 3 points. So there's the point signals we need to put out for, and then there's two different types of penalties, category 1 and category 2. Okay, record scores and warnings. So these are the category 1. So category 1, as you can see here, the referee's crossed both his hands. Category 2 here is pointing with one finger. The way I remember this is category 1 is 2 hands and category 2 is 1 hand, so vice versa. 1 is 2 and 2 is 1. As you can see, these go up in level, so the referee can jump up to a higher level if he wants to, but hopefully the referee at the Kobayashi Championships will help the table officials to make sure that they get this element right. So really what we need to focus on is the category 1, which is 2 hands, and the category 2, which is 1 hand. In kata, the scorekeeper will. Score table will be notified of the choice of kata prior to each round. This is the responsibility of the coach or athlete. The kata selected must be from the official list. So again, like I said, for the elite divisions, the athlete will need to tell the score table what kata they're going to do, and that will be from an official list. The decision will be aka or out, so the decisions will be either for red or for blue. The competitor who receives the majority of votes will be declared the winner by the call announcer. So at the end of the match, the referee will say Hantai, he'll blow a whistle, and the whistle goes doot doot. And then I'm going to count 1 red flag, 2 red flags, 3 red flags, 1 blue, 1 blue. So I've got 3, 2. So the winner is red. And then I'll say winner, or I'll say kachi, aka, or out. So red or blue. Score table will be notified of the choice of kata prior to each round. This is the responsibility of the coach or athlete. The kata selected must be from the official list. Okay, for some reason that's in there twice. Okay, so this is the list of kata that will be used on the day, and that's pretty much it. So they're the basics. Please, I've also attached a document. It's got more details in it than this short presentation, but hopefully you enjoyed this video, and we'll see you at the Kobe Osaka Championships next week. Thank you for your time.